Welcome everyone to this presentation on educational inquiry, a framework that helps us deeply understand and improve educational practices. This opening slide sets the stage, introducing the topic of our exploration today. The vibrant image conveys a sense of an engaging, collaborative learning environment. As we dive into this topic, we'll examine how educational inquiry can empower educators, administrators, and policymakers to make more informed, impactful decisions. Through this framework, we'll uncover insights that can lead to meaningful, positive change in how we approach teaching, learning, and the overall educational experience. Let's get started and explore the power of educational inquiry together. The foundation of our work is systematic questioning, a process of asking questions, gathering evidence, and analyzing information to gain deeper insights into educational phenomena. We also rely on research methods to explore, understand, and improve educational practices, policies, and outcomes. These two elements, systematic questioning and research methods, form the core of how we approach our work in education. By combining these approaches, we can uncover new insights and drive meaningful change in the education system. The systematic nature of our questioning and the rigor of our research methods are what allow us to develop a deep, nuanced understanding of the challenges and opportunities in education. Educational inquiry is the process of raising critical questions about educational processes and outcomes. It involves investigating and gathering evidence through systematic research methods. The goal is to interpret data and draw meaningful conclusions that can inform educational decisions and improvements. Educational inquiry helps us better understand teaching, learning, and educational systems so we can enhance them. The ultimate aim is to use insights from research to improve the quality and effectiveness of education. Education is a complex field, and making informed decisions is crucial for improving student outcomes. Engaging in educational inquiry allows educators to ground their practices in evidence and align with best methodologies. This empowers teachers and administrators to make more effective decisions that positively impact the learning environment. Inquiry also helps identify areas for quality improvement and promotes the use of evidence-based teaching strategies. By continuously examining and refining their practices, educators can enhance the overall quality of the educational experience. The key principles of educational inquiry are essential for conducting rigorous and ethical research. Objectivity means striving to collect and analyze data in an unbiased manner, free from personal preconceptions. A systematic approach involves following a structured process of inquiry, with clear steps and methodologies. Ethical conduct prioritizes the well-being and rights of research participants, ensuring their safety and privacy. Critical thinking is crucial, requiring us to analyze and evaluate evidence with a discerning and open-minded perspective. Together, these principles form the foundation for high-quality, trustworthy educational research. Educational inquiry encompasses diverse philosophical approaches, each with its own unique perspective and emphasis. Positivism is a scientific approach that values objectivity and empirical evidence. It seeks to uncover universal laws and causal relationships. Interpretivism focuses on understanding the subjective experiences and meanings that individuals ascribe to their educational contexts and practices. Critical theory examines power structures and social inequalities within education, aiming to expose and challenge oppressive systems. Postmodernism questions grand narratives and universal truths, emphasizing the diversity of perspectives and the subjectivity of knowledge. These philosophical lenses provide rich and complementary ways to investigate and understand the complex field of education. Positivism is a philosophical approach that emphasizes the importance of empirical, objective study of educational phenomena. Positivists believe that education can be examined using the same rigorous, scientific methods as the natural sciences. The goal is to uncover universal laws and principles that govern educational processes, similar to how scientists study the natural world. This empirical, data-driven approach contrasts with more interpretive or critical perspectives on education. Positivist research aims to be objective, measurable, and replicable, in order to develop a comprehensive understanding of educational issues. The image on the slide depicts a scientist conducting a controlled experiment, which is emblematic of the positivist approach. Interpretivism is a research approach that focuses on understanding the meanings and perspectives that people ascribe to educational phenomena. Interpretivists believe that to truly understand what's happening in education, we need to consider the subjective experiences and interpretations of the people involved. This contrasts with more positivist approaches that aim to find objective, universal truths through empirical observation and measurement. Interpretivists argue that education is a complex, socially constructed process, and that the meanings and understandings of participants are crucial to grasping what's really going on. By taking an interpretivist stance, we can gain rich, nuanced insights into the lived experiences of students, teachers, and others in educational settings. Critical theory examines how power structures and social inequalities shape education. The goal is to challenge and transform these structures to create more equitable educational processes and outcomes. This slide introduces the key ideas of critical theory, looking at how power dynamics influence what happens in schools and classrooms. Critical theorists want to uncover and address the underlying inequalities that are often hidden or overlooked in education. By critically analyzing the systems and structures of education, we can work to make the system more just and inclusive for all students. Postmodernism is a philosophical movement that emerged in the late 20th century. It challenges the idea of universal, objective truths and instead emphasizes the importance of individual perspectives and experiences. Postmodernists believe that there is no single, grand narrative that can explain everything. Instead, there are multiple, competing narratives. This has significant implications for how we think about education and the realities of the classroom. Rather than viewing education as a process of transmitting fixed knowledge, postmodernists see it as a dynamic interplay of diverse viewpoints and lived experiences. As educators, we need to be attentive to the unique perspectives that each student brings and create space for multiple truths to coexist. Quantitative research methods use numerical data to test hypotheses and make generalizations about educational populations. These methods include surveys, experiments, and statistical analysis. Surveys allow us to collect data from a large sample to understand trends and patterns. Experiments enable us to isolate variables and determine cause and effect relationships. Statistical analysis helps us identify significant findings and draw meaningful conclusions from the data. Quantitative methods provide an objective, data-driven approach to educational research and decision-making. Qualitative research focuses on understanding the meanings, experiences, and perspectives of people, rather than just collecting numerical data. Common qualitative methods include in-depth interviews, focus groups, and observations. These allow us to deeply explore people's thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Interviews, like the one shown in the image, involve having a conversation with participants to understand their personal experiences and viewpoints in detail. Focus groups bring together a small group of people to discuss a topic, allowing us to explore shared perspectives and group dynamics. Observations involve watching and recording people's natural behaviors in their own environments. These qualitative approaches provide rich, contextual insights that complement the numerical data gathered through quantitative research. Mixed methods research combines quantitative and qualitative approaches to provide a more complete understanding of educational topics. Quantitative data, such as test scores or survey results, can give us numerical insights. Qualitative data, like interviews or observations, can offer rich contextual details. By integrating these different types of data, we can gain a more holistic and nuanced perspective on educational phenomena. This mixed approach allows us to not only measure outcomes, but also explore the processes and experiences underlying them. Using both quantitative and qualitative methods strengthens the validity and reliability of our research findings. The goal of this slide is to introduce the topic of identifying research problems. Effective research starts with identifying a relevant and researchable problem to investigate. This involves carefully observing the existing research in your field, reading extensively, and reflecting on where there may be gaps in our current knowledge. By identifying these gaps, you can uncover promising areas for new research that can advance the field. The mind map visual on this slide represents the different areas of inquiry that researchers must consider when trying to pinpoint a worthwhile research problem. The question mark in the center symbolizes the process of discovery. Researchers must ask the right questions to find the most meaningful problems to study. Research questions are the foundation of any research project. They provide a clear focus and direction for the investigation. A good research question should be smart, specific, clearly defined and focused, measurable, able to be answered with data and evidence, achievable within the scope and resources of the research, relevant, addresses an important issue or gap in knowledge, time-bound, can be answered within the given time frame. The research question guides the entire research process, from data collection to interpreting the findings. Crafting a well-defined research question is a critical first step to ensure the research is meaningful and impactful. The literature review is a crucial step in any research project, as it allows us to understand the existing body of knowledge on a topic. By critically analyzing previous studies, we can identify gaps in the research and develop a strong theoretical framework to guide our own investigation. The literature review also helps us determine the most appropriate research methods to address our research questions. It's important to be thorough and objective in our analysis, considering both the strengths and limitations of the existing literature. This will ensure that our study builds upon and advances the current understanding of the topic, rather than simply replicating previous work. Theoretical frameworks are the foundation that underpins a research study. They provide a lens or perspective through which we can interpret the findings of the research. Frameworks help us connect the specific results of a study to broader theoretical concepts and ideas. This visual diagram illustrates the interconnected nature of the key theories and concepts that form the theoretical framework for this particular research project. Understanding the theoretical framework is crucial for situating the study within the existing body of knowledge and for making meaningful interpretations of the results. Research design is the blueprint for how we'll conduct our study. It outlines the specific methods and procedures we'll use to gather and analyze our data. A well-designed research plan ensures a systematic and rigorous approach. This helps us answer our research questions effectively and reliably. The research design is a critical component of any high-quality study. It provides the structure and logic that will guide us through the entire research process. Data collection is a critical part of any research or analysis project. There are a variety of methods we can use to collect data, each with their own strengths and limitations. The methods we choose should be tailored to the specific goals and context of our project. In this slide, we'll take a look at some of the most common data collection strategies and discuss the pros and cons of each one. Having a diverse toolkit of data collection methods allows us to gather a rich and comprehensive set of insights to inform our work. Interviews are a powerful qualitative research method that allow us to gather rich, detailed data from participants. By asking open-ended questions, we can explore participants' perspectives, experiences, and insights in depth. This interactive approach helps us uncover nuanced information that may not come through in other data collection methods. The researcher's role is to guide the conversation in a natural, engaging way, while allowing the participant to share their thoughts freely. Interviews enable us to develop a deeper understanding of the topic at hand and uncover valuable insights that can inform our work. Observations are a crucial part of educational research, allowing us to gain direct insights into what's happening in the classroom. By observing teaching and learning in action, we can better understand the dynamics between students and teachers, as well as the overall learning environment. Observational data gives us a nuanced, contextual understanding that goes beyond just numbers and statistics. We can see behaviors, interactions, and practices in their natural setting. The image on this slide shows a researcher carefully documenting their observations, taking detailed notes to capture the complexity of the classroom. These first-hand insights are invaluable for developing a rich, holistic understanding of educational processes and informing future research and improvements. Surveys are a powerful tool for gathering quantitative data from a large number of participants. They allow researchers to analyze trends and patterns in the data, uncovering insights that can inform decision-making. The structured format of surveys ensures consistency in the data collected, making it easier to draw meaningful conclusions. Surveys can cover a wide range of topics, from customer satisfaction to public opinion, depending on the research objectives. By distributing surveys to a representative sample, researchers can obtain a comprehensive understanding of the target population. The data collected through surveys can be analyzed using statistical methods to identify significant relationships and draw reliable conclusions. Document analysis is a powerful tool for understanding educational practices and policies. By closely examining written materials like student work, lesson plans, and school records, we can uncover valuable insights. This process allows us to extract key information, identify important patterns, and develop a deeper understanding of what's happening in classrooms and schools. The data and insights we gather through document analysis can inform decision-making and drive positive change in the education system. As we review these materials, we'll be looking for trends, areas of strength, and opportunities for improvement. The goal is to use this analysis to enhance teaching and learning, and ultimately, improve outcomes for students. Data analysis is a crucial step in transforming raw data into meaningful insights. There are various techniques we can use to analyze data, including coding, thematic analysis, and statistical analysis. These techniques help us systematically examine the data, identify patterns and relationships, and extract meaningful conclusions. The goal is to move beyond just presenting data, and instead use analysis to uncover the story and implications hidden within. Effective data analysis allows us to make informed decisions and recommendations based on a deep understanding of the information. As we move through this presentation, we'll explore these different analysis techniques in more detail and discuss how they can be applied to real-world scenarios. Thematic analysis is a powerful technique for uncovering the key themes and patterns that emerge from qualitative data. By identifying and analyzing these themes, we can gain a much deeper and richer understanding of the underlying meanings and experiences within the data. The mind map on the slide visually represents some of the key themes and sub-themes that were identified through the thematic analysis process. These themes help us move beyond just the surface-level observations and really get to the heart of what the data is telling us. Exploring these themes in detail will be a core focus of the rest of the presentation. Ethical considerations are critical when conducting educational research. We must ensure participants are treated with respect and their privacy is protected. This includes upholding the rights of research participants throughout the process. Some key ethical principles to keep in mind are informed consent, confidentiality, and minimizing harm. Adhering to these ethical standards helps build trust with participants and maintain the integrity of our research. Validity and reliability are two key concepts in research that help ensure the quality and trustworthiness of findings. Validity refers to whether a study is actually measuring what it aims to measure, in other words, the accuracy and truthfulness of the results. Reliability, on the other hand, is about the consistency and stability of the research findings, whether the same results would be obtained if the study was repeated. Both validity and reliability are essential for producing high-quality, credible research that can be relied upon to inform decisions and drive progress. As researchers, we must be diligent in designing studies that maximize validity and reliability through careful methodology, data collection, and analysis. Research findings are the key outcomes and conclusions from a research study. Effectively communicating these findings is crucial for sharing insights and informing important decisions. The goal is to convey the research in a clear, engaging way that resonates with the target audience. This could involve presenting at a conference, briefing policymakers, or publishing in a journal. The presentation style should be polished and professional to maximize the impact of the research. The findings from our research have important implications for how we approach teaching and learning in the classroom. Implementing evidence-based strategies informed by research can help us improve student learning outcomes. As educators, we have a responsibility to stay up to date on the latest research and use those insights to enhance our teaching practices. By bridging the gap between research and practice, we can create more effective and impactful educational experiences for our students. This slide highlights the importance of using research to guide our decisions and actions as teachers, administrators, and policymakers. We've explored the key themes and insights that have emerged from our educational inquiry so far. This work has deepened our understanding of how students learn and what practices are most effective in the classroom. Yet the field of education is constantly evolving, and there is still much more to discover. As we look to the future, we must remain curious and open to new perspectives and approaches. Our ongoing journey of inquiry will continue to uncover innovative ways to support student success and improve educational outcomes. The compass image symbolizes this spirit of exploration and the potential for future breakthroughs that can guide us forward. While we've made important progress, there is still an exciting road ahead as we seek to expand the boundaries of what's possible in education.